You don't feel like it's a little bit of a struggle for somebody who does do stand-up, or is like we're talking about real comedians. You know, people have to really write their stuff. Like you said, they have to even stand there and engage somebody for 2 hours. People don't even have the attention span for that anymore. He said, nor do they even want to spend the time. Like you said, they can get online, they can watch a clip for 10 seconds and it'll sum up everything of what it was supposed to show you. As for somebody like you, you've actually had to write. You've had to sit there and put it all together in a format to where you can put it out to people. You don't find it a struggle for people like you against people who actually do TikToks and, you know, the skits?
Oh, definitely. There is no competing with them. You have to join them. So comedians, like back in 2016, like comedians, with a few exceptions, would like look down on somebody who was like a TikTok comedian. Like, you know, it was usually like black guys, right? But it could be females or whatever.
Why black guys?
Because they were the ones early doing these like, hey, when your girl catch you at the mall with another chick, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit, you know, which is funny, but it's like, it was mostly like what we call a black comic niche, right? And that's, people would get huge off of these really short, pretty basic skits, right? These 30-second skits, but they would get millions of followers, and then they would promote themselves as stand-ups, and people would come out to their shows. Yeah. But now, so we kind of looked down on them. We were like, they're not the real deal. Yeah. But now you have to do that. You got to have something other. Getting ahead just doing comedy it's tough. You know what I mean? You got to have another platform that people find you on, and then you bring over the comedy fans to you. You leak them over, right? Right. That's what Rogan did. Rogan doesn't do a comedy podcast. No. He has comedians on, but he's having all sorts of people on, and people find his comedy through his podcast. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like the Comedy Store is still thriving, or the comedy stores are still thriving ever since, you know, TikTok has become a big thing? You know,
that's a good question. Well, shit, it fell off during the pandemic, and now it's, you know, it's still a great club, but the comedian, it doesn't have the energy of the Rogan years. You know what I mean? When all of these fucking badass comedians, I could list them off if you wanted, but like everybody was going there. It would just be like, you know, everybody from like celebrities like Martin. Martin started going back to the Comedy Store in like 2018, you know what I mean? To, you know, the new guys, right? Like Joey Diaz and Tony Hinchcliffe and Chris D'Elia, may he rest in peace. He's not going there anymore. But, you know, some of these cats got canceled and shit. But no, the energy is different now in LA because all of that left. And it's a little more tame. It's a little more corporate. It's not as cool as it used to be. Yeah. But that's okay. Everything changes. But Hollywood as a business, including the Comedy Store, is a shell of its former self.
Do you feel like, you know, being a comedian, you kind of got to walk that crossroad of actually going to a comedy store? You got to have those tools under your belt. You know, be like, man, I've done some seat time at the Comedy Store. You know, had some good days, had some bad days. Yeah. Or do you feel like there's people out here that don't need stuff like that, and all they have to do is just go out there and just
do TikToks?
Just do TikToks.
Well, but I tell you what, if you're not putting in your time and you're doing TikToks, you might get people out to your shows, but then you're gonna fucking bomb. Because there's no getting around, there's no fooling the process of doing stand-up comedy.
Is it different in person?
Oh my God.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like getting on camera and you might see all those views right there that somebody did it, versus you got a room of 100 people and you're sweating
and you're
fucking
live,
bullets.
And there's no cutting. There's no, hold on, let's do that take again. Yeah. It's you, baby. It's you naked up there in the moment. And so that's why it's like, it's my favorite kind of art form, because it's so honest. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like a motherfucking comedy, right? Like there's people whose comedies, it's not my taste, it's not my style. But if they're up there killing, like getting all of these people to laugh, they're objectively doing it right.